really turn the game around. But in those hectic team fights, where you kind of have to make sure that all your abilities hit on point, it's going to be difficult against VP, where they can kind of autopilot their way into the game.
Yeah, the coordination for the side of Guangzhou Gaming is definitely going to be a lot more important. But if they do get it, though, good AoE card control tools available.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the game you've all been waiting for. VP going up against Guangzhou Gaming. We got to see who's going to be the one topping Group B.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
All right, taking a look at some of the emblems right here. So far, nothing too surprising. When it comes down to it, I think there's going to be quite a healthy amount of wave clear coming in from Guangzhou as well that could allow them to elevate that early game brawl style that they want.
Okay. Early on, it is Bober with the help of Pluto that actually shoves the wave in despite the barrier from Grok.
Yeah. Right now, Al trying his very best to make sure that Super 8 Gorka doesn't get as much farm as possible, but I feel like as a squad is fine. Pluto taking a bit of damage, though.
Yeah, Modi there as well to help out. The early game is looking great. Wow, sorry, Egoist able to get the first blood now over on Ying as well. Great revitalize, and the calculation was crisp clean from VP.
Seems like Guangzhou Gaming weren't expecting that amount of burst damage, but when they clump together like that, it allows VITUS to get so much more value.
That's 2 now for Badcott as well as our Egoist.
This is the relationship when your opponent has a very strong roamer and you yourself don't really have a strong level 2 mid laner, right? The Kagura going up against this this Hylos, which does have Revitalize. And even the early game with that Vitality in his kit, it makes it so that even at level 2, the healing is strong enough to make sure that you don't die. And even if you do die, you will get some kind of trade.
Look at the gank, knowing that Modi is going to be aggressive in this matchup. They gank up top, and in a 2v1, it's Badcott who has another 2 on Arlet. What a start.
Good reads here from Virtus Pro when it comes down to the laning habits for the most part. They're denying the strong XP lane that we were expecting to really get out of control for Modi. Right now with a 1k gold lead, it really isn't game-changing just about yet, but against a team like Virtus Pro, every single bit counts.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, trading against Virtus Pro is very difficult because I feel like most part of MLBB were so focused on the mid trio, but they made it so that their side lanes are just way too strong, so they play around that. And we can definitely see that. Like I said, in like what, 2 minutes, already 2 kills for Badcott in a losing matchup. That was not a losing matchup. It's just a matchup.
It's plain old matchups here in the EXP lane. Guangzhou still has a chance to turn this around if they can get a good team fight. Again, with big combos, but look at this.
Yeah, in the mid lane, they're attempting to go for it, but Bober has Crimson Beacon. Now the instant re-engage over Final Slash from Badcott, and it's free for Sour Egoist. They lose Pluto, and it's fine. They're happy with that.
Right now losing by almost 2,000 gold here for Guangzhou Gaming. Oof. They got to make their timing faster than they want to, right? I feel like for the next turtle, it has to be a 5-man fight for that objective and try to win it out. If you cannot contest for the turtle, I think it's still fine. You need 3 kills. 2 kills, I feel like it's not enough at this point of the game.
And for Guangzhou Gaming, they gotta maybe slow down a little bit because they need some more, some more tools available. Because you said it earlier, Virtus Pro, they are early levels, 1, 2, and now when they first got the ultimate, they have so many ways to really get things going. Whereas for Guangzhou Gaming, I think they need a few more items to ensure that they can get that long team fight where they can actually maximize the the continuous damage coming in from the Phobias, the CC as well.
Yeah, Ying really wants that glowing wand first, and Mei, only with the Black Eye Shield, will make him a bit tanky, but really not enough. Whoa!
JCC coming down with a Dark Wave as well. Everything in the kitchen sink used up top to get them a bit more gold.
I like that they're saying that we can play that game too. Oh, you attack our EXP? Hey, we can do it back. Ooh,
what toss though. Purple stolen away by Zorigoist. But yeah, Modi flickered Dark Wave immediately there, so he definitely has a bone to pick with Badcott. With 6 seconds to go here, I don't know if Guangzhou Gaming have what it takes to get a proper setup for a fight.
Whoa, Pluto's actually staying in the bottom lane now, looking for a gang, but that's because Lazy Duet used as Owl just walks away. BMI back, DHS picked up. That is his first item. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like it's perfectly fine because I feel like with the changes of the buff of DHS makes it so that you can really join the fights quite early. Because even if you don't have enough damage to kill, you have enough to make it so that your jungler or your mid can just clean up. At this point, even your EXP.
All right. Cannoneo is still trying to farm up, trying to keep up in levels. 2 levels down, by the way, so the pressure is definitely up for Virtus Pro. But look at this dive.
Shadow kill with the red tree. Owl has a vengeance, but now it's a full-on gank, and now with the vengeance baited out, it's a free one for Pluto to take. As Badcat holds in mid, they won't be able to get a trade for this.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, this is looking pretty grim for Guangzhou here. Eventually, by 12 minutes, Cannoneo will have 3 items, and then you'll be fine. But, oh, the scaling. Oh, that. Oh, no. You don't want to see that. Basically, no damage.
But now Maze caught in a tough spot, has to tech charge defensively into Bober. Crimson Beacon forward, now baiting out the Flicker. Mountain Shocker and the barrier will keep them in place, but VP have done what they wanted to do. They have split the team open so they can go for Owl again with the Shadow kill. The Quad Shadow too! Sour Egoist 4-0 and 2 as Super Egorka gets the turret in mid.
Just outplays upon outplays from Virtus Pro right there. They're outmaneuvering Guangzhou Gaming, and when it comes down to it, they have a lot more maneuverability, outplay tools, so they're just making the best out of it. Guangzhou can't really set up for a team fight, and Virtus Pro don't need to give it to them anyways.
Right now for Guangzhou, looking at the items here, you do have the glowing one on the Kagura, but the fact that looks like it's going to be Hunter Strike into an endless battle makes it so that Cannoneo is going to be quite late in dishing out the damage. So this is not looking good for Guangzhou. Not a War Axe. You don't heal up that much. I like the attempt, but they just put them even further back. 4,700 gold difference here, and Virtus Pro clearly in the lead.
And there's a lack of mobility for Guangzhou Gaming. Virtus Pro are basically running circles around them. Even when they try and use a tech charge and the Dark Wave to try to stop the advance, because there's heroes like the Hayabusa, like the Claude, they can get to the backline before you even notice it. And that's why Guangzhou Gaming is struggling so hard right now. All their skills require an amount of setup, especially for Xing onto the Kagura, and Virtus Pro don't give it to them at all.
The fact that Super Gorka has that golden staff makes it so that even if Zaur makes a mistake, even Backup makes a mistake, this Claude is already in trouble.
Yeah, that's a stun into the final slash tech charge defensively again. Zaur goes to the back, finding the Quad Shadow, go for the Shadow kill now. Able to escape, baits out the Mountain Shocker from Cannoneo.
Virtus Pro just standing their ground in the jungle of Guangzhou Gaming and says, we own this area now.
They're clean.
Look at this. The purple buff still in contention.
Oh my lord, no way! Bober with the Lantern Flare!
He's a bad beaver.
He's a bad beaver. Bad Bober.
Bad Bober beaver.
Maybe they should all turn their names to Bad. Bad Bober, Bad Pluto, Bad Gorka.
Bad caught.
They're bad people right now, especially with a 7, almost.
No, they're
7K
actually
gold.
decent people, but you know, in the game,
I mean, for Guangzhou Gaming, they're pretty mean right now. Really not giving any opportunities. Taking out the turrets slowly but surely. Man, Zorgo is just on a roll right here, and honestly, there's no real way for Guangzhou Gaming to catch him that easily.
Again, the cutoff here, and they go for the siege. It's just so clean, so systematic. Bober gets out from the in-out overturn, now goes for the pick up. Oh, force out the Flicker, tech charge on the 3, but there's no follow-up. Modi with a Dark Wave Flicker, but will be caught in the final slash. Is bad caught, gets away. Now the Quad Shadow from Zaur doesn't have the Shadow kill. 4 levels ahead, though.
That at this point, this is not textbook. They're the one that's writing the instructions manual.
This is beautiful.
This is gorgeous.
Oh. Well,
Gorgeous, bro.
This is fabulous.
fabulous indeed. This gold lead against Guangzhou Gaming. Definitely spectacular.
Oh, this is magnific.
Phenomenal.
This is eye-catching.
Striking. Sensational.
Dominate from first kill with a real me 15 pro.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you
sir.
go. Adding it with a sponsor.
Yes, sir.
That's
Right.
a pro move.
Is there an angle for a comeback here is the question. Guangzhou Gaming, they adapt really well. They might be looking for some kind of catch. If they can stop Zoregoist, I think that's the first step they have to try to figure out. Because so far, they've been trying to use Modi and Mei to try and set something up. But Modi in particular, Virtus Pro are literally saving crowd control tools, knowing that if we stop Modi, you know, the rest of the guys can't really do much anyways.
Looking at the items, nah. If Ying had 2 items, maybe.
Yeah.
But only one, don't think it's gonna be enough.
Lowest pathway sent again. Pluto Trying to hold him in. Badcott jumps in. Tech charge going to be able to lock him down, but he finds the final slash as Zaur baits out the Vengeance. Now another stun and a pickup. Blazing duet from Super. A Gorka earlier into Bulber and Pluto. Virtus Pro are just too well-rounded, and GUANGZHOU Gaming cannot face it.
One of the most dominating performances we've seen from VP, ending with 12,000